Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. Up next in this video, I'm going to show you the full build for pack number 2 for the 1967 Shelby GT500 Super Snake. Head over to Agora Models and subscribe to that today. Also, while you're there, subscribe to the Terminator T800. It's half scale, fantastic kit. The base alone will just floor you when you receive it. It's a huge model. And while you're there, check out the Shelby 427 Cobra semi-competition. This is the first time that car is available in 1/8 scale, and you can pre-order it today. So let's get started.
The interesting thing about testing out high-performance automobiles is that you can only do it with top drivers who can take the cars right up to the maximum.
Welcome back. Here's the parts for Stage 7 in Parts Pack 2. Now remember, in Parts Pack 2 you'll receive 8 stages or 8 parts packs, and you can build all you want. I'm separating these builds into stages to make the video shorter, because it's known that pretty much lose people after 5 minutes on YouTube. So to keep the videos short, I'm splitting them up into 8 videos for this pack. So, and you may see 2 videos posted a day or 1 video a day, depending on how far along I am in the build. So let's look at the parts here for Stage 7, obviously, and this would be the right door and handle. So I'll take this out and we'll get a closer look. And with Agora Models, they make all their build instructions available online, so you can download them and you can bring them up on your iPad or on your desktop computer, laptop, and follow the instructions right there. So no need for unwanted instructions laying around the house. So here's the parts up close. This is the right door, and very nice finish paint on this. It's made out of metal, and the colors are true to what was actually painted on the Super Snake GT500. So the striping on this is very nice. You can see it has a metallic finish to it, and they already inserted the lock cylinder, and the back side here is where we will install screws. We did receive one of the door handles. It's made of plastic, and we're going to screw it in with an an MPO2 screw. They gave us 3 of them? No, 2 of them. So they did give us a spare. So I would recommend you save your spare screws in case you lose one later on down the road. You'll actually have it handy. So it's taken a while for me to get back started on this build. As you know, the worldwide pandemic has held things up, and these are actually coming from the UK, so they take a little while to cross the pond during this time to reach me. But I'm super excited for Agora, as they have some top quality kits that are available out there. A number of you have already building the T800, the Terminator kit. It's fabulous, and that's super exciting to have that available in the US now. Also, they just announced the Shelby Cobra 427 competition, and that's super exciting too. They're taking pre-orders for that right now. So let's go ahead and assemble this. There's not much to do. We're just going to install the door handle. So I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. We'll go ahead and install this door handle with an MPO2 screw. Just so I don't mess up the finish on the paint, I'm going to put this down on top of a washcloth. just like that, and it's gonna prevent us from doing any scratching. So simply we just insert this in, it tabs right in, just like that. There we go. Just be very careful with it, you don't break that tab off. And we will put the MPO2 screw into it. Very small screw actually. So when you get some resistance, go ahead and stop, that way you don't strip it out. And there we go. Looks good. And that's all we do for stage 7 for the Agora models 1967 GT500 Super Snake. Welcome back. Here's a parts pack for stage 8. This includes the passenger window and the door hinge. Agora doesn't give you the instructions. You actually go online and download them. So this is what the instructions look like. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take these out. We'll get a closer look and then we'll assemble this issue. Here's a close-up of the parts, and you can see we received the window and frame. Very nice clear plastic. Has a nice vent window handle already attached to it on the inside. And then we received the door hinge. This is the door hinge itself and the retainer for that. And 2 bags of screws, MD05 and MD06. Let's get started. Alright, to get started, to put the window in, we're going to need to get the door that we put the handle in last issue. And I will go ahead and take the door, and I'm going to put it on a washcloth so I don't scratch it up. Just like that. And our window just simply inserts in, just like that. Okay. And we're going to be using MD05 screws to screw it in place. Now to help me along with that, I'm going to use some Vaseline to lubricate the holes here. It makes the screws go in a little bit better. These attachments aren't pre-cut. There's no threads in there. The screws actually have to generate their own thread. So to help that along, I'm going to lubricate it. Use this little applicator tip here. Of course, all this you can find on my Amazon store. With the Vaseline, it doesn't smell like machine oil, like some of the other items that are out there. I've been using chapstick also, same thing, it doesn't smell, doesn't leave a mess. So, then I'll put my window in. We will use an MD05 for this. You want to go straight down as much as possible. And I am using my Vera screwdriver. It is a PHO screwdriver. Like I said, straight down is what you want to go with this. Yeah, that new announcement from Agora about the Shelby Cobra, super exciting. That's an awesome car. 1965 Cobra. Now, they're still making those. They've been being produced up in Colorado and out in Texas, out in Dallas, and ours at Austin. I'm not sure. But yeah, people, I see them all the time out here in Arizona. I see clubs. Might be driving down the freeway and you'll see groups of them traveling, passing me by. But they are an awesome vehicle. So there you go. That is all that we do as far as the window installation for this. Very easy. Really looks the part. Looks very nice. So next we're going to install the door hinge assembly. Now the door hinge assembly is pretty easy. You want to make sure, and this is made out of metal, you want to make sure that you have it put in the right direction here. So like before, we're just going to check our instructions. So we just make sure that the door hinge is situated in the right direction. The instructions show this flat edge going down. So just like this. And of course, we need to lubricate that hole with the Vaseline. And our cover, make sure that the flat edge on this cover is facing up. We'll put this down. And we put a MD06 screw to hold this down. And there it is. And that's all we do for stage 8. So stay tuned for stage 9, which will be a little bit later, and we'll finish assembling this door with stage 9. Welcome back. This is stage 9 of the Super Snake build, and we get a lot of parts in this bag here. More assembly of the passenger door. So I'll take all these out, we'll get a closer look, and we'll start this assembly. Here's a close-up of the parts. Now this is the interior door panel for the passenger door, and that's made of plastic. Pretty nice here. It already has the door lock mechanism inserted on top, so be careful with that. We also get some interior trim. We get the upper trim panel and the lower trim panel. Those are all plastic also. We also get the door handle bracket. That's this plastic piece here. We get the door handle, we get the window crank, and we get a bunch of screws. We get the MP01, MP02, MP03, and MD06. The MPs, the P's, meaning the screws will be going in the plastic, and the D, the MD06, meaning the screw goes into metal. So let's get started. Step 1, I attach the lower trim strip. And we want to go ahead and give it a dry fit here first. So it looks like it dry fits in there just fine. They tell you to check to make sure the holes are cleaned out real good there, and they look good on mine. You may actually have to sand it with an emery board or a sanding stick to make sure it's clear when you get your screws in. We're going to be installing 2 MP01 screws. So if I can see, there's a little bit of chrome plating there in the way on this one. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto blade, I'm going to clean it off a little bit. Actually, it's just a little bit of plating that's in there. No biggie. And once again, insert that in there. I'll be using my Wera or Vera PHO screwdriver. It's a magnetized screwdriver. Highly recommend. You can find this on my Amazon store. Even if you don't want to purchase anything there, check it out. Check to see what I have in the store. I have everything from model kits, tools, paints, books, to t-shirts listed in there. So just head over there and check it out. You don't have to purchase anything. So we'll put our first screw in. And the next one. Looks tight. Next we install our door handle, and I think the best way to do that is you insert it in just like that, and then it has to actually go down into this slot right here. So once you slide that through that slot, then this retainer bracket holds it all in place. And we can see on this side how the handle functions. We're going to put MPO2s to hold this bracket down in place. And those screws are very small. Here's one started. And get that screw started. Screw it until you feel some resistance and then stop so you don't over tighten it and strip it out. That looks good there. And we can see how it functions in there. Next, the handle takes an MPO3 type screw, and that has a flat edge on it. You can kind of see it right there. Kind of longer, and that will hold the handle in place. Straight down on that. Looks good. Next we're going to put our window crank in, and that mounts right over here on the very edge. It is keyed. It has a flat spot on it. This should key right into that. Right there, a little keyway. We'll put that in. Into that detent. And then we are going to screw it in. What am I saying we? I'm going to screw it in, right? Perfect. Looks good. Now, according to instructions, we mount this to the door next. So I don't scuff up the metal door or the paint, I'm going to put a washcloth down. I'm going to get my door over here, lay that down on the washcloth, and I'm simply going to do a test fit here first. Looks good right there. And before I screw that in, that door panel, I'm going to use my Vaseline here to lubricate the two mounting points. Because we are going into metal here, I make it easier. We're going to have to cut the threads with the screws. I like using the Vaseline. It's more controlling, doesn't smell like machine oil or anything like that, and it works great. So you can use pretty much anything you have around the house for lubrication. You could use chapstick. I've been using some chapstick, and it works just as well. So now we'll just put this back down on there, and they want us to use MD06 screws. So the MD, the D meaning metal in this case, we're going to use 2 of those. They're a little bit bigger than the other screws, and we'll screw that in place. Going in really easy. One more to go. Perfect. Looks great. And the next thing to do, they want us to snap this trim panel into the upper part there. So in order to do that nicely, we're going to make sure we get the door handle out of the way. So we'll kind of have to bend it up a little bit, just like that, and then this will snap in. Perfect. Looks great. And that's all we do for pack 9. We pretty much have the whole door assembled at this point. Looks very nice. All the handles. And to show you what it looks like with stage 1 door, we'll put them together here. We have the driver's door completed, and now the passenger door completed. They look fantastic. I've enjoyed this very much. Welcome back. Here, stage 10 of the 67 Shelby GT500 Super Snake, and these are the parts that come along with that. This comes out of pack 2. So remember, when you receive pack 2, you receive 8 stages. So this is stage 10, like I said. Let me open this up and we'll get a closer look on what's inside. Welcome back. We received stage 10 parts, which happens to be the passenger seat. So we get the seat backrest, we get the seat frame, and we get the seat upholstery. The seat upholstery is a rubberized material, very pliable. Okay, it has a little plastic piece inserted in here already, so that's keeping it from being too pliable. The backrest is plastic, and the seat frame itself is plastic also. Very nice chrome plating on this. And we received some MP01 screws. Remember, when you get screws, they always give you an extra one. They give you the spare. So let's assemble this issue. Step 1 is we insert the frame assembly onto the back of the seat, just like that. And we're going to be putting in 4 MP01 screws. Right there. Just try to go straight down on it. And we got one more to put in. be hauled tight there. And the last step is we simply slide this over, and you can see there's some tabs here that insert into the back of the rest there. It just press fits. Make sure we line it up as best as possible, and they simply snap in place. And that completes stage 10. So stay tuned for stage 11 coming up shortly. We completed the assembly of the backrests for the passenger seat. Welcome back. Here's the parts for stage 11. And it looks like we get to continue the passenger seat. This looks like the passenger seat bottom components and parts. So I will take these out. We'll get a closer look and we will assemble this issue. Here's a close-up of the parts for stage 11, and you can see we get the seat bottom made of plastic there, and we get the seat cushion that goes above it. It already has the seat frame mounted to it, which is this chrome section here, and we get MPO1 screws. Step 1 and 2, we will assemble the seat bottom to the seat back from stage 10, and that's this right here. And what we do is we just take and we insert the bottom into this like that. Falls right in place, and then we'll put the cushion on top of that. Just like that. And we put in 4 MPO1 screws. I'll put the back ones in first. That'll help hold everything together. Go in very easily. And there it is. There's our Mustang seat. And that completes stage 11, where I assembled the passenger seat. And just to show you how it compares to the driver's seat, we got 2 seats now. So we're making pretty good progress here on this build. Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. I thought I'd give you an update on my channel and an update on Agora models. As you know, this worldwide pandemic has held up a lot of things, and things have come to a standstill or really slowed down. Well, I finally received packs 2 and pack 3, so you're going to see those on individual videos coming up here shortly. But anyway, I thought I'd pull out the parts from pack 1 so you can see what I've already accomplished with that build, and then we'll proceed on with pack 2 later on and pack 3 later on. I'll be doing those in individual stages. So I'll pull out all the parts for pack 2 and 3 to show you those here in this video. Also, a big announcement has come out from Agora Models and just came out today. They have announced their 1965 Shelby Cobra 427 semi-competition car in 1/8 scale. It is awesome. It's the first time that this particular car has been available in 1/8 scale. Nobody has produced it yet, and it's going to be fantastic. It's something that's the car made famous by Carroll Shelby, this man right here, and also you all have seen If you haven't seen the movie, the Ford versus Ferrari, you gotta see that. It's a fantastic movie. But anyway, this car, you know, I'll go ahead and show you just a little bit of it here. The 1965 Shelby Cobra 427 was one of 29 competition cars from 1965 that became semi-competition. This model replicates every detail of the original semi-competition Cobras, starting out as full competition models but denied FIA approval for the 1965 racing season. The 427 semi-competitions were completed as street cars suitable for road and racing and marketed as the fastest production cars in the world. The Cobra is Carroll Shelby's classic, described as a delightfully mad idea made even madder. Famous and ferocious 289 Cobra, and upgraded it with a massive 427. You can also upgrade to a limited edition collector's pack, strictly limited to 427 worldwide, which includes a limited edition display stand, mirror display featuring the iconic Shelby and Cobra snake logos, underlit display stand giving a soft illumination of your model, a signed and numbered certificate of authenticity. Some of the features of the car are functioning headlamps, tail lights and indicator lights, engine sound when the accelerated pedal is pushed, stop lights go on when the brake pedal is pushed, steering wheel operates front wheels, functioning lockable hood and door latches, opening fuel filler cap, and it is presented in Shelby Guardsman blue and Le Mans white striped competition livery, and the replica Hellbrand wheels and Goodyear tires. And there you go. So let me get the parts out and show you what stage 1 looks like for the Super Snake. Be right back. And here it is. This is what we completed in stage 1. The whole front nose clip for the Shelby Cobra, and very impressive so far. Mostly all metal. A couple plastic pieces in there, but it's set up to have the headlights lit up and everything. The colors are original with the striping and all that, so it's fantastic to see that. We also did one of the seats, and it's a rubberized seat, folds, very detailed there. And then we did one of the doors, which is the driver's door, complete with mirror and full glass on it, and full interior window cranks and all that. So that's what we completed with stage 1. Welcome back. Here's the parts for stage 12. Now this is very heavy. It's the rear chassis of the car, made of metal. So I will take this out and we'll get a closer look at it. I will be right back. Here's a close-up. Like I was saying, it's all stamped metal. Very nice. Already pre-painted in a matte black finish. So you can see there's an opening here for the fuel tank. Areas to install the suspension components. So we don't do anything with this stage, which is stage 12. We just simply collect this part, and we're going to start doing things to it in stage 13, which is an upcoming video. So just to remind you on what this kit is about, and in January of 2019, this 1967 Shelby GT500 Super Snake sold for $2,200,000, breaking its own record as the most expensive Mustang ever sold. When it was built, it was the fastest street legal production car. Remember, it's going to measure a total of 23.4 inches long. That's 595 millimeters, or 9.1 inches wide, 232 millimeters. It will weigh 18.5 pounds. Some of the features are functioning headlamps and taillights, engine sound when the accelerator pedal is pushed, stop lights go on when the brake pedal is pushed, steering wheel operates front wheels, opening doors, hood and trunk, genuine horn sound by pushing the center of the steering wheel, color match to original DuPont paint codes, replica of the Goodyear Thunderbolt tires, folding rear seats to extend the trunk. Remember, each month you'll receive around 8 packs, and that gives you plenty to do for the month to get this bad boy built up after work, after school, on the weekends, or whatever you choose. So if you haven't done so already, head over to Agora Models and subscribe to this. Here's the parts pack for stage 13, and it looks like we received the fuel tank with this. So I'll take this out, we'll get a closer look at it. Here's a close-up of the fuel tank. It is made out of plastic, painted a nice silver color. So we'll go ahead and assemble this on the rear chassis that we received in stage 12. I'll be right back. So in this stage we do a test fit of the fuel tank onto the rear chassis. We'll get the rear chassis out, lay it down in such a direction, just like that you see there, and we'll take the fuel tank, and this is your fuel probe transmitter assembly. That's going to face forward. This is a forward side of the vehicle, and we're going to test fit it right down on top of it, just like that. Okay. We're not actually going to screw it in just yet. We'll be doing that in a later stage. And that's all we do for stage 13. Test fitted the fuel tank to the rear chassis, and that looks good right there. Welcome back. Here's the parts for stage 14 coming out of pack 2, and it's the last pack that's included with that. This is the top portion of the fuel tank, and I'll go ahead and take this out. We'll get a closer look and we'll assemble this issue. Be right back. Here's a close-up of the parts for stage 14. We received the fuel tank top, which is made of plastic. Very nice there. We received also the fuel tank filler hose, and that's also plastic. And some MP01 screws. Step 1 is we install the filler hose onto the top of the tank. Now it is keyed. There's a little keyway here, and there's a keyway on the hose, so it goes in one way. It's just simply going to insert into that just like that. Turn it over, and we are going to put an MP01 screw into it. There it is. That was easy enough. The next step, we bring over the rear chassis with the bottom of the fuel tank on there. We turn that over, and we're going to mount this just like that, with the fuel filler going aftwards towards the back of the car. And we're going to install 4 MP01 screws. Going in really easy. One more to go. All 4 screws are in. Looks great. Turn it over. That's what the bottom of the car looks like with the fuel tank secured in. And give you that view there. Of course, this is going to be the back end of the Mustang where our fuel filler is. Looks great. And that completes stage 14. must say we're making a lot of progress with this so far. We got a lot done. I look forward to the next stages to come, which reminds me, we will receive pack 3. 8 more stages will be within that, and we'll be looking at those here very shortly because I already have them, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't done so already, head over to Agora Models and subscribe to this. You won't regret it. 1/8 scale Super Snake, going to be awesome on your shelf, at work, or wherever you want to put it. And while you're there, sign up for the T800 Terminator kit, available in 1/2 scale. Finally, we're getting it here in the US. Fantastic. And also, sign up for the pre-order for the Shelby Cobra 427 semi-competition car. First time anything like that has been produced in 1/8 scale, so super excited about that. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Happy modeling and take care.